It's me, Renee. I'm back. So today I'm here for let's call it daydreaming, wish fulfillment, daydreaming slash wish fulfillment. As you can already see, this is titled "Stuff I Want Happening on Sunday," and I think, well, as some of you know, I suppose maybe not all of you know, this Sunday is Super Bowl in the States, and yeah, no, don't worry. I haven't suddenly become a huge American football fan. No, I haven't gotten a brain switch. It's nothing like that. No, because Super Bowl often you get trailers for new movies. Maybe you get from commercials. So often like Super Bowl is kind of a whole thing. So it's not just the game. You can also like watch for commercials. So yeah, this is me kind of daydreaming that some of the things I mentioned will happen this weekend. Or yeah, I was gonna say or later, but yeah, hopefully this weekend. That would be cool. As with my last one of these, I think I did one of the similar one of these last year. In regarding to New York Comic Con, some of these are not unlikely, and some of them are like stretching a bit more. But yeah, it's my video. I gotta do what I want in my and sorry. Let's start, shall we? So sorry. First we have Fire, which is the second book in the Graceling. I was about to say trilogy. Now it's actually a quartet, but yeah, in the Graceling universe series. So all the Graceling books, Graceling, Fire, and Bitter Blue. This was years ago. The fourth book just came out, but yeah, this was years ago. And years ago, this whole series was optioned to be movies. And then crickets. Nothing happened. Nada. Filth. Anything. Absolutely nothing. And I mean, the Graceling books are just kind of such a pillar, sort of classic YA historical fantasy. Oh, historical fantasy. YA fantasy. High fantasy, I was let's say high fantasy. Like, if you talk to anyone who like high fantasy or have been reading high fantasy or have been reading YA for like more than 10 years, they'll probably tell you Fire or Graceling or maybe Blue is one of their favorites. A lot of big time booktubers have read this series and love it. And yeah, it's just an amazing. It's always on people's lists when they talk about best high fantasies for young adults. And yeah, it's just so good. I suppose yeah, I kind of know why it hasn't become a movie as of yet because it's high fantasy. That means expensive, etc., etc. But like, Why would you buy the rights for something and then just let it disappear or just let it kind of fall into the ether for nothing? I mean, what's the point of buying rights if you're not going to do anything? Is it just to be mean so other people can't do it? Then I guess suppose you have the other you have the other complication with this one that it was actually bought by the Weinstein company. So yeah, though there are like the Weinstein company, like some of the movies have like been bought by other people and stuff. And it's been a while since this was the rights were sold, so maybe Kristen Cashel, the author, got them back, and maybe she has heard rumblings. I don't know. I'm just daydreaming so much. And also, I suppose you might ask yourself, why is she holding up Fire, not Graceling? Because Graceling is the first book in the series, and kind of the book people think about, maybe. Well, because Fire is my favorite. I really enjoy Graceling, yeah. But honestly, I kind of enjoy Fire more. And I suppose also the other reason is that Graceling and Bitterblue, Graceling I read from the library. I actually haven't ever owned it. I always like whenever I read it, I always borrow it from the library. Maybe I'll buy it. The new car seems cool. But yeah, and also Bitterblue. I used to have it, but I gave it to charity because yeah. I suppose maybe I should give Bitterblue a new chance because the first time I read it, I was disappointed, as with a lot of people were. And yeah, so really crossing my fingers and my toes that something will happen with this universe. into movies or into, I suppose, also into TV series. That would also be cool. That will work like a mini series or something. That would also be cool. 3 seasons. Well, now 4 seasons. So yeah, who knows? Hopefully. And also, like in the fall, we got the news that the Mediator by Meg Cabot is coming to Netflix. Sometimes people say like, "Oh, it's a book that's so old. Why would people make a movie out of it now?" Well, sometimes it's not that they just take the newest ones. They like take like books that are older get optioned. I suppose they say all the time, not all the time, but they get optioned now and then. So it is possible. It's not impossible. So please, Howard, please. Yep. And then we have a new book that's, well, sorry, a bit in a similar vein, which is Arusha. So this is the first new series, but yeah, that's it's the Norwegian version. But yeah, uh, so this first book came out in actually like 2016, 2018, so a few years ago now. Well, a few years ago. It sounds like it's so long ago. Just 2 years ago. 3 years ago. Oh my God, 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. But yeah. So this one, it's yeah, it is optioned. I think it was optioned in 2019, maybe. Yeah, but then nothing more has happened. And yeah, it's optioned uh, like more recent than Fire, but still nothing more than like it has a studio. I know. I suppose often when you option something and there is a studio attached to it, but there's no news at all. And please give it to us, please. I mean, Percy Jackson is now finally giving its due chance on Disney Plus, so maybe the Rick Riordan Presents books can as well. Please. Yeah. So yeah, there's those two are kind of like as supposed to kind of understood in the same category, like books that were optioned uh, but didn't have no more news at all. So what I'm kind of hoping for will happen with them is that on Sunday that maybe a studio or maybe a director say like release something and say like, oh yeah, we're making this movie, we are working on scripts, and we maybe also they announce uh practical. Maybe they also announce the lead because sometimes actually they like when they announce something they announce like, oh, this is happening from this studio with this lead, like Tom Hanks is playing the lead in a new spy movie from Warner Brothers. I mean, sometimes you have like that. That's kind of the announcement. So maybe that could happen. That would be cool. That would be cool. That would be cool. And yeah, that's one. Um, sorry. And then we have Bringing Down a Duke, which is yeah one of the books that everyone talked about last year. 2 years ago? Did this come up last year or 2 years ago? 2019. Sorry, 2019. Yeah, so this is a historical adult romance set in the suffragette times. It's one of my new favorite books of all time. I love it so much. Read it in January and love it, love it. And yeah, I just feel like this will be just so cool as a TV series. Yeah, TV series or movie. I suppose you could do like a TV series, like a 5 episode, 10 episode series, 10 episode season. That would be cool. And yeah, I mean, Bridgerton is like what the most seen show on Netflix. So obviously, yeah. So we probably have more historical series out, like already like out on development. I'm thinking now, and yeah, there's so many books out there to choose from. Please, Hollywood. I mean, this one is just so good. If you don't get on this soon, you're even stupider than sometimes you make yourself out to be. So yeah, that's that. And then these last two, because yeah, this is kind of a listy thing of well, it's 5 items. I'm gonna call them items. And yeah, so this last thing. And this fourth thing is trailer for the Eternals. So the Eternals was supposed to come out last year, and then because of Rona, it was moved to this year. And as of now, it's coming out this fall. Yeah, this fall, I'm pretty sure. And we don't have, well, we have some pictures, but we don't have any trailers at all. And like, often these big movie trailers, like big movie trailers, this big studio trailers like Disney or Marvel, stuff like that, they often have like teaser trailers, smaller trailers, and then one longer, and then one long, like just a few months before it comes out. And as of now, yeah, we have zero trailers, zero. I mean, New Mutants had like 1,000 trailers years before it came out. That's kind of another story, but still, I would really like to see some Eternals footage. It would just be so cool. But I suppose I would kind of be happy with the Shang-Chi and the Nine Rings, like the other Marvel probably that's coming this year. Well, one of them. But yeah, the Eternals just sounds so cool. I'm so interested to see it. I suppose maybe they're kind of thinking they should wait to market stuff because they might have to push it again. But like still, I mean, it's not really if people are gonna be mad to see a trailer this year for something that comes out next fall. At least like if it's just like 1 minute or like half a minute of just some small glimpses here and there. Like I don't need a long trailer. I don't need a trailer that gives me everything or stuff like that. Just a sneak peek, just something like a dialogue between two characters, between one character and maybe it's on phone, maybe it's just some movement over a landscape, like anything. Please, Marvel, please. And yeah, and then lastly, um, what do you know? But you know what? Wait a minute. So yeah, as I said, often on Super Bowl, on can you say on? Well, I suppose it's not audible. During Super Bowl, you often have these. Well, often you always have these commercials, which kind of often are based around. Maybe they take famous actors, or sometimes they like take. They like use actors from a specific TV series and like play on that. They did Full House 2 3 years ago, and they've done they've done like so many. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping, and yeah, I know this is probably pretty likely because I have a feeling that people often like it often gets leaked, like what commercials are coming out and stuff. But it's me daydreaming. It's my video, so yeah, still gonna put it on list, and it's a little skit or like a little commercial with pushing daisies. I mean, last year a lot of TV series have did something because of Corona and because of Black Lives Matter and different stuff. They kind of said, okay, we're gonna do a live reading of an episode, or we're gonna do an interview. Maybe we're gonna do a round table talk. And then during the talk, they say like people think about these issues, or they said like please go and vote, or they said like they said like they said they said like remember to take care of yourself and be isolated and uh, wear a mask and all that stuff. And yeah, but that's it. Yeah, it's kind of in coordinates with something that happened last year. Pushing Daisies did not. And yeah, I suppose yeah, it's a fantasy show, so you would need some fantasy, some CGI in it. But like, I think like still, like, I think you could kind of have a cool thing where you just had Ned and suddenly I'm an idiot. Ned and Chuck. Sorry, yeah. Blah 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 blah. He is called Ned, isn't it? Am I stupid? Yeah, Ned and Chuck. Isn't that? Am I being stupid? No. Anyway, protagonist and Chuck. Chuck is the like love interest and also was co-protagonist. And yeah, just like having a little scene with those two would just be so cool. In other words, also like please, Hollywood, make a reunion. Would this happen? Like one episode, one season, one movie, one more. But like, I just need something, please. I was like so So cool. So cool. And yeah, that's my wish list for this Sunday. And yeah, if you have any thoughts on any things that I talked about, if you have any things you really want to happen this Sunday, any trailers you want to see, any books you want to see announced, so like adapted, that often doesn't happen, but like I suppose books kind of get adapted or announced, they get what again? They get optioned more or less daily, so I suppose could like randomly happen this weekend. So maybe. And oh yeah, also I am filming this on Sunday, sorry, on Wednesday. So and as you see, it's up on Friday. So if between these days something of these things have happened, it's not me that didn't know. It's because I filmed it before. But yeah, and this is me saying, Renee, I'm out.